Claire Baker, former Clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net, bringing you my weekly vlog about my own clutter clearing journey, which is my weight loss journey. It's a glorious day here in Banbury. Let's hope that it stays that way. They always seem to give the weather forecast saying sunny with a slight risk of showers. It's like that, like they cover themselves, and you never quite know what weather you're actually going to get. But we'll take the sun while we can. There's barely a cloud in the sky. It's definitely got better over the last couple of hours. Shame it wasn't quite like this yesterday, which was a bank holiday here in the UK, the one at the beginning of May. We have another one at the end of May. But I still managed to get out in the garden, started putting up, you probably can't see it, but a bike shed. Our pedal bikes have been living in our dining room since we got them last August, I think it was. While my husband was working, I got out his tools and started putting together the bike shed. It's an interesting one actually, because one of my very big learnings over the last year has been that you don't have to do everything in one go. You don't have to start doing something and finish it the same day, or a bit like the garden. You know, I don't have to know exactly how it's going to be when I start. It's a journey, just like our clutter clearing journey. And that was a massive learning for me. So like I started putting the shed together yesterday at about, I think it was about 7:30. So I had about an hour before we lost daylight. So I got the sides up, and so tonight I'm going to spend an hour, see if I get the roof on. That'd be quite good. So yeah, huge, enjoy things more when you're not putting yourself under the pressure of I must finish this today, or I must finish this by the end of the weekend. The cats have been intrigued by the shed. Gatsby's just come to say hello. So how's your week been in terms of your clutter clearing, or indeed your weight loss journey? Mine, I was £2. I put on £2 this week, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I was expecting a slight gain because tracking my food, and I was above on all of my levels. Again, some useful reminders. It's not new learning. I feel as though it's almost like I'm testing the boundaries. It's almost like, not struggling, but I'm resisting accepting what I can and can't do in terms of losing weight. A bit like a child. You give them boundaries, you give them consequences, and they will very often push those boundaries and then get annoyed when they suffer the consequences, even though you've made it very clear what the consequences are. And I feel like I'm kind of in that testing phase, because I get the learning, I know what I need to do, and yet I still push it. And I suppose that's the self-sabotage, isn't it? You know what you need to do. It's not rocket science, and yet you still try it on. And the scales don't lie. So yeah, so I'll come on to that in a minute. We have it with our clutter in our home as well, don't we? You know, I have clients who say, oh, well, you know, I'll put a shopping ban in place so I don't accumulate more clutter. And I'll do that, you know, for the first couple of weeks. And then they see an improvement with the clutter not growing back because they're not buying more stuff. And so they think it's okay, I can go back to shopping. And then they wonder why the clutter grows back again. And you know, that's a bit like me. I've got to accept that, you know, I can't just splurge on shopping anymore or eating, because there are consequences, and they will show on the scales. Interesting though that not just my weight went up, but my BMI went up very slightly. My body fat number went up very slightly. My skeletal muscle went down very slightly. Which again makes sense. My visceral fat, so the fat around my organs, has stayed the same, still healthy range, which is good. So yeah, that's again, seeing more than just the weight. These new scales that I invested in have definitely been interesting. It's not just a focus on the weight anymore. So why did I gain £2? Well, because basically I had carbs and sugar. Guess what I said last week? Carbs and sugar. It's not rocket science. Cut out carbs and sugar and you'll lose weight. Guess what? This week I ate carbs and sugar and I put on £2. I had carrot cake on Sunday. My husband and I went to a coffee shop and I didn't manage to resist. And white chocolate cookies, Marks and Spencer's department store cookies, which are lovely. After the carrot cake, we came out the coffee shop, went into Marks and Spencer's. We did go in there for a reason. Can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, my husband wanted his donuts. He loves Marks and Spencer's donuts. Guess what? Next to the donuts, white chocolate cookies. My resistance was zilch, to be quite honest. My head was saying, don't, Claire, you don't need them. You just had some carrot cake, that's enough. And I still got them. So, in terms of the 5 success factors this week, feedback and learning. I know my key triggers for me eating carbs. I've got 5 key triggers for me eating carbs. So I'm out of my routine. Again, the parallels with clearing our physical clutter are huge. So we're out of our routine of doing our clutter clearing. We tend to accumulate. If I'm out of my routine, it was a bank holiday on Monday. And I suppose Sunday I was thinking, yes, all right, I've still got tomorrow. And I didn't go to the gym because it was a bank holiday. So whereas Monday is normally go to the gym. So out of my routine. Stress. Had a very stressful week. Stress / worry, I suppose, really. Worrying about my mother-in-law. Mad as a box of frogs, but love her to bits. So worrying about her a lot. For a particular, there is a particular reason. I'm not a natural worrier. You know, I can cope with things, but I am very worried about her. And also something else that's going on with my husband, so stress, not even stress, yeah, worry, a lot going on. I feel like I'm spinning a lot of plates, I suppose. All stuff I can deal with, but nonetheless, it's a trigger for me, I think. Not being active or occupied or boredom. Not that I ever really get bored, but that kind of combines, I suppose, with out of my routine. Bank holiday yesterday. I didn't have anything that I needed to do. I'm making sure that I don't work as much as I normally would. The weather wasn't great, so I didn't get in the garden for long. And yeah, so actually, kind of not having a plan of what to do, that is a trigger for me. Did watch quite a few Gilmore Girls. Even my husband's addicted to it now. we watched one this morning over breakfast because it's an American series, and the characters' parents, Richard and Emily, it's like that's my parents. It is quite freaky, but it's like that addictive thing. So yeah, temptation I find is almost too easy to succumb to. Like I said, we went into Marks and Spencer's to get donuts for my husband. It's fine, he eats carbs. And I was tempted and I gave in. Don't know why. I don't know why. And then finally, if I don't have enough good snack food in the house. Last week, or the week before, when I had my £5 weight loss, I had plenty of what are, for me, good food in the house. So plenty of cheese, pork scratchings, roast chicken pieces. I had them in the house. So if I did sort of almost get bored or not being active or felt stressed, at least I was snacking on the right thing. Perhaps if I had had those things in the fridge, in the cupboard this week, maybe I wouldn't have been as tempted in Marks and Spencer's, because I would have gone, it's okay, I'll have a piece of chicken when I get home, or a packet of pork scratchings. So yeah, 5 ingredients, if you like, that are triggers for me eating carbs, giving into temptation. Maybe as well last week's frustrations and stress is catching up with me and added to this week's ongoing stress. But it's only temporary stress. Stress is good as long as it's not ongoing, indefinite. Confident that this time next week at least one of the stresses will be gone and dealt with. Very looking forward to that. Looking at my wardrobe, I'm finding that quite depressing at the moment. I have a very, very limited wardrobe because I've let go of so many clothes that were too big. And I'm kind of in that place where I want to start getting clothes, and I can actually get clothes in my goal size. But I wouldn't necessarily be able to wear them. I wouldn't be able to wear them now. So I said to my husband when we were wandering around the shopping centre after buying our treats in Marks and Spencer's, I actually said to him, you know what I might do? I might alternate and buy one item that is in the size I need now in one of the cheapy stores, because it doesn't matter if they don't survive more than 3 washes, because hopefully I won't need them for more than 3 washes. And then I'll also buy something. If I see something that I really want in terms of clothes, I'll buy it in my goal size. So I'll alternate between buying cheapy will be fine now and good quality, gotta have it. If I feel, we went round a shop called Monsoon. I love Monsoon. My kind of clothes, my kind of colours and styles. And there was one outfit in there that I thought, oh, that is really nice. So maybe I'll start doing that as and when I can. Yeah, being out of my routine definitely has a negative effect on me. That's a learning from this week. Bank holidays with no plans. Next week should be interesting, actually. Something I never thought I'd say. I'm going to an Iron Maiden concert next Monday in Manchester. My husband is a huge Iron Maiden fan. So he bought the tickets, and having lived with him for 12 years, I am familiar with the songs. And so we're actually we're going to the Peak District, which is a national park, I suppose you call it, in the UK. We're going up to the Peak District next Sunday. So we're spending the Sunday walking, the Monday walking, and then the Monday evening we go to the concert. So really looking forward to doing the walking, but I do need to be careful because I know my husband will want a cream tea or toasted tea cakes with lashings of butter. I need to just remind myself that actually I could have that, but I don't want that, and I don't need that. Food is a fuel. Yes, I've also realised that I'm not holding on to stress like I used to. I can see it for what it is. So, for example, I could be a lot more stressed at the moment, taking on other people's problems, which a year ago I would have done. I would have taken on the stress and anxiety associated with that. I would have worried for them. Whereas now it's just like, obviously I'm concerned about friends who are going through tough times, but it's not my problem to solve. I have enough of those myself, if that makes sense. Yeah, really useful learning this week. Even after 18 months, I still have to consciously control my accumulation, and will do forevermore. Really interesting. My mother-in-law, we invited her to come to an event that's happening at Blenheim Palace, which is not far from us here. That's where Winston Churchill was born. Also where part of the last James Bond was filmed. Beautiful, beautiful stately home. They're having a battle proms in July. So you go with a picnic. There's going to be a Spitfire. There's going to be the Red Arrows aerial display team. If the weather's good, it's going to be great. And we invited her, and she said, "Oh, buy the tickets." And we were like, "No, we're buying the tickets." And so my husband said, "Well, you do the picnic then." And it was really good. I was really pleased because she said, "Oh, no, I'll buy the tickets, you do the picnic, because I don't know what Claire eats now." Finally got through to her. Her having brought up loads of fruit and we don't really eat fruit because it's got so much sugar in it. So I felt that was a significant moment, and I didn't feel guilty. I didn't feel guilty for being the reason why she can't do a picnic, because it's great. It means that I can control what food goes in there. I can put in food that I know that she will eat for her high cholesterol, and I can put in food in there that I know is suitable for me, which is no carbs, no sugars. So really happy about that. Yes, I know that I have a potentially stressful week ahead. It's going to be a big week. It's going to be significant. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be a positive change, but it's going to be quite a stressful build-up to what will happen. It'll be happening on Friday, hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, knowing what is going to happen, or excuse me, being able to anticipate the stress means that what do I need to do? I need to make sure I've got snacks in the fridge that are suitable snacks for me. No carbs, no sugar, so that I don't give in to temptation if I'm going out. I will apply this. I do apply it in fits and starts. I've just got to start being consistent. Method, I went to the gym twice, including Friday, without my husband. Cycled up there, felt really good. He wasn't back from work. And I know I always feel better when I've been to the gym and had a workout, even if I don't want to go. Last Wednesday, I knew my husband didn't want to go. And to be honest, I could probably have been talked out of it. But I was like, no, we are not missing 3 consecutive gym sessions. That is not happening. That is a week. We're not missing a whole week. Yeah, so I said, we're going. And we got up there and we were locking up the bikes outside. And I said to my husband, I said, you weren't going to come, were you? And he went, no. Interestingly, though, as well, this is probably part of the feedback, I now have to take off my wedding ring before I go to the gym, because I was getting a blister, still there a bit, a blister on my finger, because when I used the rings, it was causing a problem. On Friday, when I went to the gym, I took my ring off when I got there, and I put it on my key for my locker. And because the key for the locker is silver and my ring is platinum, I didn't notice it when I finished my session and got my stuff out of my locker. So I had to phone up the gym and say, oh, can you go in, locker number 30, there's a wedding ring on there, can you put it to the side, I'll come and get it tomorrow. So nearly lost my wedding ring because I've lost so much weight that it doesn't fit, it falls off. So yes, again, tweaking, aren't we? If I don't take it, I can't forget it and can't lose it. Tracked my food intake on my app, so it's not a surprise that I put a couple of pounds on. Time, keep doing the doing. This is learning. I've got to keep making mistakes and learning from it. Be consistent, because just like I said last week, the tough times and the tough weeks will pass. And support, the counselling continues. It was really good to offload the stress last week. To be honest, I just sat there and Marissa said, oh, so how's your, it was 2 weeks, how have you been? And just, and then it's and although she did make a couple of comments that really made me think, again, that's the quality, the appropriate support. It's not how much they say, it's the quality of what they say. And there was just one really big takeaway learning from what she said after I'd done for near enough an hour. So yeah, so that was good. And the TRE, I was really ready for the TRE on Thursday, after the stressful couple of weeks. Although I tried the TRE on my own at home, just not the same. Really anchored to doing it with Marissa in the group. So yeah. So it's been another busy week in terms of learning and what's been going on and stuff. And I'm not worried about a £2 weight gain. Who knew? This is a good place to be. But like I say, it is frustrating. I really feel like I'm that child who is testing those boundaries, who is resisting accepting the facts. So here's for another good week. Or here's for a good week. Yeah, another good week. I've had lots of good weeks. My goal now is I want to lose 3 pounds would do it this week. For, if you like, my next significant goal. So fingers crossed next week is a significant goal week. My video might be slightly late. It might be that I don't actually record my video till Wednesday because we don't get back from Iron Maiden until Tuesday. We travel back on Tuesday. So yes, I will see you same time, same place, either next Tuesday or next Wednesday. Do let me know how you're getting on. Let me know if you've had a good week or a tough week. All right, I shall love you and leave you. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.